This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for the week of 26th of February 2018. This is an overview for all star signs. If you would like something that's more particular to your own life story or that really amazing, beautiful soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. We start with a love and relationships reading, move on to a career reading, and finish up with a happiness reading. Right, if we look at love and relationships this week, the first tea leaf cards that you come up with, the tea leaf fortune cards, is Sunrise, Older Woman, and Candle. So the Sunrise says new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Older Woman says dealings or relationships with an older woman, and a Candle says you will be shown the way. So where relationships are concerned this week, if you're looking for somebody or if you're already in a relationship, there's a fresh start. There's a sun rising within the relationship sphere or sector this week. So if you've been looking desperately for someone and you've just been heading down paths that have been dead ends all along the way, this week there's a whole fresh start, a whole fresh energy to finding somebody. The same applies if you're in a relationship and you've been trying to move it, find resolution, reconcile with someone, whatever the case may be. This week there's a new fresh start. There's a new way to go about it. It comes courtesy of an older woman who will show you the way. Now remember, this can literally be a mother, a grandmother, an auntie, an older woman that you know. Or sometimes the older woman can also represent an inner wisdom that comes to you. You suddenly access your inner wisdom and you see the way forward where relationships are concerned. It can be one or the other. Okay, the next card you get is the goldfish, the pineapple, the staff. Now the goldfish says increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. The pineapple says reconciliation. And the staff says you will be taken care of in difficult times. So I think because it's showing up in the relationship sector, the goldfish represents spiritual growth. You've made some kind of inner growth. You've grown inwards, some part of you has evolved, has moved on, and that's why possibly there's a fresh start in relationship sector. Reconciliation then shows up, which I said earlier that would be lovely to have, and it does show up. So there's something within love relationships that hasn't been working. Now there's reconciliation. Even if you're looking for someone and you've been heading down dead ends, there's reconciliation within that. You now start seeing, aha, perhaps it's just the wrong paths, or not the wrong paths, but those paths that I went down were not going to lead me to what I wanted as an end goal. You needed to go down them, that's the way life is, right? But now you're going to change tactics, you're going to change paths. The staff says you'll be taken care of in difficult times. So I think that guidance, that help is going to keep coming for you now. Even when you come across perceived obstacles that you may have had with relationships in the past or finding somebody, this time you seem to get a helping hand moving through them. Because the final cards then say that you have an angel, spiritual guidance and protection from harm, and the grasshopper says situations in the balance that require careful handling. So if we look at that lineup of cards, I think that perhaps you're going to get help from, I've already said that, you're going to get help from somewhere else, from another realm, from your angels. Life in general will seem to be guiding you and helping you. Because love relationships or relationships in general, where the heart is concerned, do require careful handling at the moment. But you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to find your way through that because you're going to be having help from above. It might even be that older woman that helps you, but all the help is coming from above where relationships are concerned. So you will have that fresh start in your relationship sector, definitely. Right, now if we move on to your career, you will see that you get the unicorn, the dolphin, and the woman. Okay. The unicorn says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. The dolphin says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. And the woman says dealings or relationships with a woman. There's a lot of women cards showing up in this reading this week. I think the female energy, The nurturing, the intuitive energy is probably a huge energy for all of us this week, and to tap into it and use it, because, I mean, once again, the unicorn says use your intuition to make beneficial changes within your career. And financial gain coming from hard work and dealings or relationships with a woman. That could literally be a woman that you're dealing with, or once again, it's the intuitive side of yourself that you listened to and that you did a project or did something in your career with, and this is leading to financial gain somewhere down the road. After that, you get the dragon, which says beware of self-delusion, the wind chimes, which is peace and harmony, and the teacup, which says you should accept valid criticism. So there is an aspect here within your career sector that says you're perhaps kidding yourself about something. I don't think it's something big, because in general this is a nice reading. Peace and harmony is restored if you stop kidding yourself about whatever that something is. It could be anything. You could be thinking you can make a fortune in this career, but that's not the case. It's just that that career, it's not going to make a fortune, but it will make you a very nice living. That's an example I'm using, okay? Or you think you're going to rise right to the top. No, you're not. You're probably going to rise up another 2 steps in the ladder, but you know what? It's going to be great. You're going to enjoy it. There will be peace and harmony. That will be the outcome. You should accept valid criticism. Well, here it's coming through, I suppose. And maybe someone else is going to say to you as well, listen, you know, you're not going to get to the top of that career ladder. No, you're not going to make $1 million from this, but you will be very comfortable and you will be happy. So accept that coming in. Remember that, and I've said it so many times, I keep saying it in the monthly readings and the private readings. Things that people say to you are not always directly them saying it to you. It could be messages coming through for you, and that's the way of higher realms moving messages onto you, for you. The value card says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. So it is that tenacity to move through obstacles, to go after what you want, but the inner peace to reconcile yourself with maybe there is ceilings, maybe there is a limit to this, maybe I have to settle for good and not incredible. You know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling to this, but you will be assured success either way. There is success, there's great potential for success here. Just remember all those little messages that came through in this reading now. Right, if we move on to your happiness reading, you will see that you get the bridge card, followed by the ant card, followed by the ring card. That's quite interesting. So happiness is successfully overcoming problems this week. So there will be a degree of happiness because you managed to negotiate your way through a problem this week. Work, achievement, and success. So you will achieve success this week. You've worked for it, and you're going to feel that sense of achievement. The ring says a marriage will take place either romantic or business. So there is, for some of you out there this week, a big commitment coming, either within your relationship sector or within a business sector. But you're making a big commitment, a happy one, because it's the ring card. It's the kind of commitment you've been wanting to make. Definitely for some of you, that is waiting for you this week. Then you get the funnel card, the rooster card, and the barrel card. The funnel card says a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So whatever this week, that bridge you have to get over, that obstacle you have to overcome, it makes you feel frustrated, but understand there is something in there the universe wants you to work your way through and realize about yourself. When we work through challenges and we come up against ourselves, that's what we come up against. We discover parts of ourselves that were formerly untapped. Aha, that's a direct download for you guys. That's what you're going to discover this week. The rooster says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So that, I think, is courtesy of whom this lesson will come this week. Right? So this arrogant rooster is there because they are going to stand in your path and possibly you're going to come up against them. The advice is don't cross them. I think the advice is work your way around them, and then you're going to discover something amazing, right? That's another message, direct download for you. The barrel says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So perhaps towards the end of the week, where your happiness is concerned, you're feeling a little bit of an empty space in your life. Sometimes that's a case of pursuing a goal quite determinedly, even if it's a personal one or a private one or a career one, whatever it may be. And somewhere along realizing this is not fulfilling me. Always, the guidance would be get down on your knees and pray. Whatever your version of prayer is, if it's meditation or guidance or whatever, because that's probably the gap that needs to be filled, right? The well says family wishes come true. So you end off on a very nice card. The end of this week, something in the realm of family, something within that you've been wishing for. And that's Tiger having something to say about this reading. No, Tiger? Sorry about that, guys. The birds are going off and Tiger's adding his chirps to the whole thing. So I'm going to have to sign off here, but it is the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like a personal private reading or the soulmate reading, contact me via the link in the description box below.